Hi guys, Ian from the Football Boots team, and today we're going to talk about a brand new release from Nike Football. And these are some of the craziest looking boots that I've ever seen for one reason, and I'll get to that in a bit. But first off, let me tell you something about these boots. So these are the Nike Phantom GT. The GT stands for Generative Texture, and it is what they put on the upper of the boot. Now, these have been made by the Nike Sport Research Lab, and they spent a lot of time, in fact 2 years of development making these boots. And they've looked at the different angles and intensities of ball and foot contact in games. Hundreds of different combinations have been tested. They've made pressure maps and data points and done all that kind of stuff. But to be fair, they've done that stuff before. We've seen them do that with the Magista, the CDR 360s, and Adidas do that with their Predators as well. So Nike are calling it a revolutionary upper. I'm not sure I'm going to go that far, but some of the stuff this boot can do, we'll get to in a bit, is revolutionary, I think, so wait to see that. So we've got this new upper. It's quite grippy. In fact, it reminds me a little bit of the Predator Eyes, which is a limited release from Adidas, and I love the upper on these. It's just a little bit subtle, nothing too much. You've got obviously the Predators, the latest release, the Mutators, and perhaps the rubber on these is a bit too much, and it's almost what Nike are getting at, is they're saying that it's kind of a bit more subtle and it's not going to get in the way. It just gives you that right amount of grip that you're looking for. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes for you if you get a chance to play with them. So they changed the sole plate on these as well. It's got an interesting kind of like half split sole. So it's got conical studs that have been split for those quick cuts. And that's just where you can see it slightly off center on the studs. And they've been complemented by wide rotated chevrons. Together they're giving what Nike are calling their finite element analysis traction pattern sole plate. And it's the best that they've ever produced for medial and lateral movements, or so they say. Overall, by not making the elements on the upper too strong, it means that the upper can still be soft and pliable and feel nice on your foot, whilst perhaps when you get this on your foot, you're feeling a little bit more kind of on top, in between. It's more of a natural connected feel with the upper on the Phantom GT. Now, looks-wise, they definitely got a bit of Hyper Venom vibes to them. These could almost be like the Hyper Venom 2 that everybody always wanted to see, and you can get these in the low and the high cut. Now, they're very similar to a Mercurial. It is got that Mercurial type collar in the high cut, and then in the low cut, we have no collar at all, and that is like your Vapor version. So they're just calling it the DF. There is no particular extra name. It's just the DF, or there is no DF on the low version. Now, so that brings me into the 5 questions that I was talking about. And the very first question people wanted to know is, are they replacing the Mercurials? Does this mean that we're saying goodbye to the Superfly? Does it mean we're saying goodbye to the Vapor? And the answer is no. These are going to sit alongside the Mercurials. So Nike are going to have these 2 main silos, the Mercurial and the Phantom, and they've been heading in this direction anyway. If you think about how they brought the Phantom Venom and the Phantom Vision together to sit alongside the Vapor and the Superfly in the Mercurials. So that brings me on to question number 2 of 5, and that question is, are they replacing the Phantom Venom and the Phantom Vision? And the answer to that is yes. We're not going to see any more Phantom Visions, and we're not going to see any more Phantom Venoms. So we've only got 1 generation of the Venoms, and we've got 2 generations of the Visions, and the Vision 2 has been around for hardly any time at all, but we're not going to see any more. So we're moving into this Phantom GT, and that's going to be the prime boot in the Phantom GT line, or the Phantom line for Nike, sitting alongside the Mercurials, and then the leather option will be the Tiempo. Question number 3, which players are going to wear these? Well, it's interesting because you've got all these players who've been wearing the Venom and all these players who've been wearing the Vision. Now, if you look at these boots, you're talking about being 2 years in development. I would say that Nike really set these up to be an Alex Morgan kind of launch, and she would have been heavily involved in this. But actually, she's just had a child, so she's not really playing at the moment, so you might see little bits of her involved. But you're going to see players like Kai Havertz and Kevin De Bruyne. They're going to be the big names for this release. You can already hear them saying what they think about these boots. You've got Kai Havertz, he said, I felt a difference in the new Phantom boot as soon as I put it on. The fit and feel is incredible and not like any boot I've ever worn before. And then Kevin De Bruyne said of them, the Phantom GT is fantastic. It's pretty much exactly what I need to help me play the way I do. The touch, the feel of the boot is the best I've worn in my career, and I can't wait to launch them. Nike's pretty much made my perfect boot. So some good words there from Kevin De Bruyne. We also expect to see the likes of Harry Kane and Robert Lewandowski wearing these. And obviously you've got Raheem Sterling, who hasn't worked out what boots he's going to wear at the moment. Maybe he's going to go to Puma or Adidas, or if he does stick with Nike, then will he be wearing the Phantom GTs? Hard to know. If I was going to put money on it, I would say don't bet, because I honestly have no idea what Raheem Sterling's going to do. Maybe he'd even end up in a pair of Nike Jordan boots. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, so question number 4 on these. And this is where it gets super interesting. This is the craziest boots I've ever seen. We are talking about the Nike Fly Ease version of these. So the Phantom GT Academy Fly Ease features a fold down heel for easy entry and a wraparound strap closure in lieu of laces. So you're not going to have to do your laces, which is great. So the Fly Ease is going to be easy for anybody to put on quickly. And they're not out until September. But the thing to note from what I just said there is it's the Academy. So it doesn't appear like the Fly Ease is going to be available in the Elite version. It'll just be available in the Academy. Now, question number 5, and probably the most important question for you, is are they any good? Well, I've got to tell you, they are pretty good actually. We've got a full review of these on the website, so if you want to check that out and read all the information, see more videos, see what's going on, then go to www.footballboots.co.uk and check it out and see what we think. But I'll tell you straight off, these are pretty good. It probably suits a slightly wider foot more than a narrow foot, and it's definitely got that Hyper Venom vibes to it. Obviously it's lost those kind of control and passing elements to some extent, and it definitely feels a bit more kind of like a speed agility boot. It's very similar to the Mercurials. Even though it's not a Mercurial, it's quite similar. It's bringing in a lot of those elements, but a lot of players like those things. The Vapor is so super popular that this is like a grippy Vapor. You could almost think of it a little bit like an off-centered lacing kind of Flyknit Ultra, and that Flyknit Ultra Vapor was super popular as well. So it's a great little combination that you've got going together there. But anyway guys, go to the website, download the 27-page Boot Secrets Guide as well, so you can learn all the things the big brands don't want you to know about football boots. That's a little bonus there for you, so check it out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go enjoy your football.